I did it yesterday on 1/20, 2026 on Greenland and why Donald Trump wants Greenland. Um, I believe the reason why is because there's um, a vortex, my friends, a vortex. And um, go back to my reading yesterday I did on the indigenous people of Greenland. You guys can do your history on Greenland. The coat of arms, I'm looking at it right now, the flag of Greenland, the history of Greenland. Um, but it's untouched, right? So you know how like people go places and they take people's resources, right? And their resources are untouched. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So yesterday I seen a vortex, and I seen a vortex and something untouched. Go back to my reading yesterday that I did on 1/20, 2026. Recorded on the indigenous children that they are taken from Greenland, from the indigenous tribe. I also got something with magic and chemistry. Okay. I also got something with a vortex. Okay. I don't know what kind of vortex is over there. Um, so what is the future for Greenland? So three parties. Okay, so there's three people that one Greenland always have one, which we know is the United States. Um, somebody sent me something yesterday. Um, I don't know if they tried to hack my phone. Um, they sent me some information. It was coded. Um, and I don't give out my sources because I don't even know who these people are. Okay, but obviously I'm speaking the truth because people are sending me stuff coded. I don't understand why. Okay. So there's a vortex there. There's three parties. So there's three people that want. So we'll think of three, not three people, but three countries that want Greenland. Always wanted Greenland. We know the United States is one. It's probably Russia, and it's probably China. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Just saying. So that's what I'm getting psychically. Okay. There's some kind of vortex there or something that's there. I feel like it's the water. Okay, something about the water. Um, that is there that they want and untouched. I'm hearing untouched resources. That's what I'm hearing. Untouched resources. Okay. I don't know much about Greenland. Maybe you guys know, but I feel like it's something untouched. Go back to the reading that I did yesterday on Greenland and the indigenous people that are there in Greenland, and them taking their children and selling their children. I mean, I can't even make this up, okay? So, I gotta say, I have a disclaimer. Anyways, there's something there that's very magical. I'm seeing. To me, it looks like a vortex, you guys, okay? That's what it looks like, a vortex. Vortexes are very interesting because you can actually like go to other dimensions or yeah, the other dimensions. There's something that's there. But it's interesting because I see there's a protection over this land. Okay. And I feel like it's indigenous that are protecting this land. Hey, you guys, there's some kind of protection over this land. Oh my gosh. Ancient protection. And I feel like the ancient protection is the indigenous that were there before. And that, okay, so there's something being cloaked, I'm seeing. Okay. So I feel like there's three countries that want Greenland, and I feel like Because Greenland, I think, is they're sovereign, okay, a sovereign state, but they're also a part of Denmark. Okay, I don't know much about Greenland, my friend. Yes, yes, there's something there. I feel like it's a vortex. You know what's so interesting? Donald Trump said something, and this is so interesting. He said that he would give up Puerto Rico for Greenland. Okay. If you guys know the history of Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico was all indigenous. Okay. There is a vortex in Puerto Rico too. Okay. Only the indigenous, and they have this telecommunication um that's in Puerto Rico. It's a big ass, it looks like something like, I'm hearing where they can communicate, right? This is very interesting. It's in Puerto Rico. It's actually there. Okay, I don't know what part of Puerto Rico it is, but it's there. I've seen pictures of it, and they used to have a military base. It was in the countryside of Puerto Rico, and the indigenous people know these stories. Okay, so there is a vortex on the island of Puerto Rico. So I feel like there's a vortex here too in Greenland. Okay. So they went to Puerto Rico. They did what they did to the Puerto Rican. And there's a protection that was there too. So there is a protection there that is where it's being cloaked. Okay. I know I sound crazy, but just stay with me, you guys. Because I remember seeing this big thing and I'm like, what is this thing? It was some kind of communication. Okay. Where they would send off communication. Um, I don't know why I keep hearing vortex. Okay. So yesterday I did a reading on the indigenous tribes that are in Greenland. They're called Greenlock. Greenlock. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. Greenlock. Okay. So I might be saying it wrong. If I am, I'm sorry for the people of Greenland. Okay. I'm just a regular psychic out here. I don't even like saying psychic. I like to say like oracle or seer. Okay, so there's a big vortex. This is very interesting, and it's like untouched. I'm seeing something like it looks like it's in the sky, but it's really in the water. Okay, this is what I'm seeing, and this is some kind of communication. Now think about the test. See, sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm led somewhere, but the ancestors always lead me in the right direction. Okay, higher self. And yesterday I was talking about they were taking the children, they were doing the IQ test on the children, so they were looking for psychic children, just like they were here in America, but they were looking for them here in Iceland. And the children that they were taking were children, so this all makes sense. And there's something with sounds because I'm hearing like a sound. Okay, so I believe it's a vortex. Yes, it's a gateway, it's an open door, it's a mirror. My gosh. So when we think of gateways and mirrors, and I always see like this wheel, it's a circle. Okay, I've always seen it. Somebody sent me something yesterday, you guys, or this morning. I have it, it's in my email. I can screenshot it. But it's private, but I don't know if they were sending it to own because the information was like cryptic, and then there was other information, and I was just like, wow, none of this makes sense. So I'm trying to go through that information that I received. Okay, but I always figure it out. Okay, so I know why yesterday I was talking about the tests that were being done and the children that were taken because they were looking for Pacific children with Pacific gifts, just like they did in the United States, and they used those children to work for the program. So what I'm seeing is this land is protected by their ancestors, okay? The indigenous of the land, okay? They are there, okay? It's like a cloak of protection, okay? Like they have to pierce through this because these people are not playing. The indigenous that the generations and generations are like gatekeepers of this vortex. It's very interesting, okay? So the reason why I believe they were taking the children is because of telepathic communication, and I'm hearing some kind of sound. So I don't know, this is kind of some kind of music where they can pierce through this vortex. And I'm seeing it kind of looks like a mirror, but it's not a mirror. It kind of reminds me of a Ferris wheel. Okay, I've seen this before. It's a portal. There's a portal in Greenland. They know this. This portal, they can escape and leave. I cannot. But they think they can escape and leave. But what's happening is the ancestors that protect this land, the ones that are in how can I say this? In their so you guys can understand this. Somebody says, yes, I know what you mean. Okay, you understand. You're indigenous, aren't you? Um, are you picking up what I'm getting here? See, a lot of this stuff was secrets. A lot of this stuff was forbidden. A lot of indigenous tribes kept this knowledge, were watchmen of this knowledge, um, and protected this knowledge. Okay. I mean, really protected this knowledge. So it's like it's being cloaked and they have to pierce through it. I'm seeing like it looks like, to me it looks like a circle, right? Like a gateway. But a gateway where it looks like a circle, but it's like a mirror, okay? And you have to pierce through the mirror to go to another dimension. Okay, I know I sound crazy as hell. And they want to escape and leave through this goddamn portal. They want to get out. Oh man, I cannot deal with these people. But they can't. And see, this makes all sense why I'm talking about this, because of the read that I'm about to do on Cleopatra. It's a vortex. So they know this. It's a portal, a vortex, and they want to go through it. They want to escape and they want to leave. It's like time traveling, my friends, right? But the problem is this vortex and portal is protected by, okay, let me make sure I use my words wisely here, okay? So I know some of you guys may not understand this, okay? So America does not just want Greenland, okay? China and Russia wants Greenland, okay? And I believe that they're all friends and they're all playing this game where they don't like each other, okay? It's all a game, it's all tricks, right? But this gateway, this open portal, this mirror, this vortex to this other place, other dimension, because they're unhappy here, or they know that eventually, like, um, well, they're stuck here, okay? But the ancestors of the indigenous, they're not stuck, okay? They actually know how to go pierce through this. And it's something with the sound, their music. I gotta be careful what I say here, okay? Because some things are not supposed to be talked about. So they want Greenland because of the portals and the vortex. And they were all fighting for Greenland. And they've been wanting Greenland for a long time. And there is some extra, some activity that's going on in Greenland. It's a portal and a vortex. But it's so crazy because the ancestors of the Greenlandic people with me right now, and they're showing me stuff, okay, and telling me stuff. That's why they had to bring me back to the children. You guys, I knew nothing about those children yesterday. I never been to Denmark. I was supposed to go on a vacation actually to Denmark, and it's very interesting. I was supposed to go there, and I never did. Um, I know nothing about this place. Okay, I didn't even know there was indigenous people there. Okay, I thought there was Vikings there. Okay, little did I know the Scandinavians. Little did I know the indigenous was there before the damn Scandinavians. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so they're pretending. So they're costume pretending. They're pretending. They're disguising. I cannot make this shit up. And it has everything to do with these children because these children are gifted children. Okay, they can see, they can communicate. I keep seeing these damn wheels. So now I believe all these Ferris wheels we see in the United States, across even international, like if you see a Ferris wheel, remember I kept seeing this wheel that kept turning and turning. It kind of reminds you of the CERN. So do they want to put a CERN in Greenland? Somebody says, "Oh my gosh, yes." No, they look into yeah, they're very most residents of Greenland are into. Yes. I don't even hope I'm saying this right. I didn't even know this. And then I was like, "Well, what does this have to do with the children?" Because there's markers on the children because remember we took the test, they were trying to see our psychic abilities. And then we were since childhood, we were marked, we were being watched, but some of us were hidden. Damn, there's indigenous tribes in Russia. I think the indigenous people are everywhere. You should look up the indigenous tribes in Russia. I will. I know there had the Romanians. Is you talking about the Romanians? They kind of remind me of the Berber. It's interesting because um everybody that comes from like native tribes in Russia. So there's a vortex, there's a portal. That's what they want. But they want to pierce the portal, pierce the vortex. And they're coming in disguise pretending. This is very interesting. And there's three parties that act like they're not together, but they are together. My gosh. Look up Klein B Pasha YouTube from there. Okay, I will. Yeah, something cryptic. Something cryptic. Okay. Uh so their ancestors are cloaked. So that means that their ancestors are protected, my friends. Their ancestors are protected. Because they're even though they're taking their children, they will never know the full knowledge of the indigenous people. Because the indigenous people know what they did with the knowledge that they did receive or did get. They used it for bad. So there's things that are still forbidden. So it's crazy because I'm seeing them in the spiritual realm. Um, the soul body. Okay, there's a portal in the vortex there. Okay, and I'm starting to ask myself, okay, are they trying to build a CERN in Greenland? Because the CERN takes energy, it sucks energy and it pushes energy back out. And it also shifts the timelines. Okay. Um, they also look Mongolian. They live like they that too. Yeah, they look like Asian. I don't know their history, but they're specifically looking for psychic and gifted children. And it's interesting. The one lady that was on there, she said that she couldn't get her kids because she was depressed and anxiety, but she had a girl. They took her girl, and then she had another child. They took that child. That lady was very psychic, okay? And they knew her children were very psychic. Then they sold her child without her consent. So Denmark knows what's going on. So this all fits together as one. There's a portal and a vortex there, my friends. Now I'm seeing a Ferris wheel. So anywhere you see a Ferris wheel is actually can be used as a vortex or a portal. That's why there's so many Ferris wheels put up. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I never forget. I was at this amusement park, and I was camping there. Okay, and I remember I first walked in that amusement park, and I almost fainted. Okay, now that only happens to me for two reasons. Okay, um, and my friend, okay, and we had the kids there, my grandson, and the energy was off. I knew there was tunnels, okay. But as soon as I entered that music park, I could feel everything, so I was almost going to faint. Okay. They shun these people in the corner of the earth. Yeah, so they say they're dumb and all this stuff. So I think they want to put a CERN in Denmark. It's a portal and a vortex there, and they're disguising themselves. And they want to get out and escape and leave, but they can't. And there's some kind of magic and chemistry that they're doing there or want to do there. Okay, this is very interesting. But the energy's cloaked and protected. Somebody says they should shun. Yeah, because we see what happens with history repeats itself. Um, when you see, everybody thinks they know all the knowledge, but they really don't, because the thing is, a lot of knowledge is being protected by indigenous people. They'll never talk about it. Okay, I'm just saying. I don't know if they're Mongolian, but they're indigenous to that land. Um, I don't know. I feel like they were there. They've been there. Okay, I don't know how they got there. Yes, it reminds me of a Ferris wheel. So they want to put some kind of energy source there, and I believe it's a CERN. And I believe all three of these governments are working together, and this is for entertainment purposes. And they're putting on a show like they hate each other. This is crazy. I still question where are the Aboriginal people of Australia. Yeah, there's no one left. Yes, and they're doing the same with thing with them. They're doing like the gold mines. I did a reading on them. It was very interesting. I think it was like six guys that went missing. I like a gold mining place, and I seen a snake around them, but the snake was actually protecting them. Okay, I did that reading on those indigenous boys from Australia that went missing. They were kidnapped. Okay. And then I seen a snake, and I'm like, what the hell am I seeing a snake for? But they in their tradition, they believed in a rainbow snake. And I seen the snake like around them, like protecting them. Like literally, you guys, okay? And if you're Aborigine, you know what I'm talking about, okay? So they want to put some kind of energy source there. Um, it kind of reminds me of a Ferris wheel. So now I understand why the Ferris wheels are all over the world. It's a portal, it's a vortex, it's an energy source. Okay. And some kind of some kind of um because we come from different planetary systems, and they know this, and so there's more life out there besides us. Okay. So they're being protected and being shielded to even enter. And wait till I do this reading, you guys. This on Cleopatra. Because Cleopatra, um, and this is preparing me for the reading I'm about to do on Cleopatra. This is all making sense here, okay? Because Cleopatra knew about portals and vortexes, okay? What's the future for Greenland, ancestors? What's the future? There's a lie. There's a lot of lies, deceits, and people will be caught in their lies and deceits. Okay, um, it will come out. So, and it's great fortune to be made. I still question where the Aborigines. Yes, they're being kidnapped. I did the reading on those boys, and I seen the snake surrounding them. If you go back to my reading on I did the Aborigines. I think there was like 6 of them that went missing, and they couldn't find them. The mothers are still looking for them. See, they come to these places and they take their knowledge, their medicine, and they rob and they steal from them, and then they take their children. And because we were, if you look, I look at history, like the Taino were the first encounters. My tribe was the first encounter, and yes, it's the children. I can't make this up. And a lot of wealth to be made. So there's investors already having their hands out for Greenland. Yes, the same thing goes over in Aborigine. Children are being taken, people are being kidnapped. They're stealing all their information. This is why I feel like indigenous tribes should not allow people into indigenous land. And they tell you some of it, but they don't tell you all of it. And there's a lot of great fortune to be made. And I feel like there's already investors that already put money up to go into Greenland. Like, I'm serious, you guys. Okay. And the children. And there's a partnership here, and I feel like it's Denmark. I keep seeing a woman. Does a woman run Denmark? Because I keep seeing a woman. My ancestors were saying facts. Okay, so and there's okay, so I keep seeing this Ferris wheel. I feel like this is an energy harvesting thing. I feel like this is a portal, a vortex that is over there. And some, I guess they want to escape through this thing, but they can't. Because they will be haunted. I know certain places that you go to, especially indigenous land, you won't even make it out alive. Because the soul body, once it leaves the spirit body, they're still roaming around. Okay. We leave impressions everywhere we go. Yes, they're trying to live as authentic as possible by making food crazy expenses to starve them out, I think. Yes, and take their children. So if you think about it, they're doing the same thing they did to the indigenous here and the blacks here. Some of the white people, what they do is they break them down spiritually, mentally, and physically. And they put trauma onto the community, and then that trauma is passed down from generation to generation. That's what they did. That's what they do. The Prime Minister, Metsi Fersher, is a female. Okay, because I keep seeing her here. I can actually see her. Okay, I want to know what her intentions is. And I wanted to know, is she working with United States? And this is for entertainment purposes, and it's all bullshit. I feel like she is. I feel like she's working in the United States. I'm just going to say it. I feel like China and Russia is too. And they're all friends, and they all act like they're enemies, but they're frenemies. They're playing us, you guys. But they can't play ones that can see. Okay, because we can see. So is she um okay. So is United States gonna get Greenland? They want Greenland. They will not give up. Is she willing to sell out Greenland? The lady of Denmark, I guess her name is. Yes. This is crazy. Now, will United States get Greenland? She was made an offer. And they're just waiting to come in. But guess what? I think it's going to be easy for them. No, it's not going to be easy for them. Um, it's not going to be easy. They want a good outcome. They want to achieve this. They've always wanted Greenland. I feel like China, Russia, and America always wanted Greenland because they knew about this vortex and this damn portal. But I feel like they're going to come up against something unseen. Okay. This is the ancestors. Okay. So this is what I got, you guys. Man. And they're looking to the horizons. They're looking, but somebody's going to be betrayed here. Okay. Yes, somebody will be betrayed. Stabbed in the back. Is Donald Trump a Gemini? I don't think Greenland's going to be easy for them to get. And I feel like there's people that put up money already thinking like, oh, he's going to get Greenland and they're going to go charging in. If they do get Greenland, there's a lot of offers that were made that people will never know about. 31. And there will be a tower moment where something bad will happen. Okay. I feel like this land is protected by the unseen. I'm just saying. Somebody says it was part of the Norse past and many lives there before it froze over 500 plus years ago. A lot of rare minerals and oils. Yes. And I feel like there's a vortex and portal and that's what they want. And I feel like they might want to build a CERN over there. There's something being hidden from the people. Well, the people know, but I'm saying there's going to be justice here for these people in balance. But this land is protected by this unseen. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Now, will Donald Trump get his victory of getting Greenland? Because I don't know, you guys. It's very interesting because there's a female here in talks with Donald Trump. But this land, if they do try to take it, they will die from causes that are unnatural. They don't even know why. I'm being honest with you. Yeah, the baby situation angers me too. I didn't know they were kidnapping their babies. I mean, and Denmark's involved because even the courts are involved. Doctors involved, nurses involved, psychiatrists involved. They're just taking their children if they don't pass a competency test. Just imagine in the United States, we took that competency test when we were in elementary school. And if we failed that competency test, they would just take your child away. Think how crazy that shit is. And this has happened to a lot of indigenous people. So people can't understand, and they're like, "Oh, send them home," but you're on their land. If you're in Texas, Arizona, the Mexicans are indigenous. Why do you think they're coming after them? Think about it. Think about it. Why are they picking a particular group of people to target? What's special about those people? That's what you got to ask. They're not going to come after you just to come after you because they hate you. There's something about them that's special. And they know that. Woo, that place, let me tell you. There's people that go there and they don't make it out of some areas. I'm just saying, if they go there, those people are going to be a memory. That's all I'm going to say. Because a lot of that land is I wouldn't say haunted, but there's souls roaming around, my friends. They also did this to immigrants in Sweden. Oh, damn, I didn't know that. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, there is spirits there that they don't want to mess with because they can't see them. Okay. They cannot see them. I don't care how much infrared or whatever they wear to try to see these spirits. They're not seeing these spirits. These spirits are like Casper, the friendly motherfucking ghost, but they're not friendly. Oh. Oh, I didn't know they did it to the immigrants in Sweden. Oh, I have an aunt. My uncle married a woman from Sweden. My cousin's half Swedish, and her name Julie. She is so sweet. Um, so right now there's no movement, but there will be some drama. Desire and wanting, definitely they want desire and want this place. But there is going to be something that's going to happen where they're not going to understand why people are just passing away. I'm just saying, I see it. Um, there are certain places that you don't walk on because it's sacred. Um, and people have had, things have happened and occurred there. I remember when I was on sacred land. You have to ask for permission. You just don't walk on sacred land. You might not make it off of sacred land, and then people that die on those lands, they're still roaming around. Just saying. Because we leave impressions everywhere, my friends. Everywhere we walk, we're energy. Okay. So this is what I got. So he will try because it's great fortune. I keep seeing a damn uh, Ferris wheel. My gosh. Yeah, he's gonna keep trying. It's like when they open up the Egyptian tombs, the bacteria. Yes, that's what is gonna happen. But it's gonna be something unseen, and they're going to. Yes, somebody says it's like when they open the Egyptian tombs, the bacteria all offended the founders. The same thing's gonna happen to them. I see it. Okay. Um, I'm just saying. There's gonna be a lot of people that are not gonna make it. Okay, I'm just saying. So they better tread like carefully here. Okay, I'm just saying if they do. And there's money that has already been staged and they want to steal. Um, somebody says I agree with Mango. And you gotta understand when they go into these places. I mean, they're already taking the damn children. Okay, but they're targeting specific children. Indigenous children, children in poverty. Okay, well they say they're in poverty, but are not in poverty in spirit, but in the physical. Um, and these are families. So this is interesting. So they're inflicting generational trauma, what they did with the indigenous here in the United States, and it's been passed down. So they feel like they have to inflict this spiritually, so it can be passed down spiritually, next generation, next generation, next generation. And this is what I believe they're doing with the people. Um, they kept saying, "Oh, we're going to pick up the Mexicans and stuff like that." Um, this is to break their spirit down. Okay, this is spiritual. Remember when I said that people are like, "Oh, they need to go home," but that is their land. It don't matter if it was 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Their ancestors still walk that land. We leave impressions everywhere we go. Okay. Yes, I feel like they will. People will get okay. And that's what I'm picking up. Okay, and I keep seeing a damn Ferris wheel. So the Ferris wheels are actually energy portals and vortexes. Um, the news, they don't care. These people don't care. The reason they don't care is because I didn't even know they were kidnapping and selling the children. Okay, until yesterday. Just saying. I didn't know that. But all this makes sense and all this is adding up together. Okay. So they're wasting their time. Because they think they're going to get rich, but they're going to fall from a illness which they won't even know where the illness is coming from. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing, and I'm going to ask another question. Will the United States get Greenland? It's not going to be easy. But that lady over there in Denmark, she's false. Yeah, she's false. She knows what's going on over there in Denmark and Greenland. So she needs to be held accountable for all these missing children. And she will. And her generations to come will too. So, man, I don't know. This is not going to be easy if they do get Greenland. I'm telling you this right now. But somebody has to put a green light to, and it will be Denmark. And there are three countries working together: United States, Russia, and China. I cannot make this shit up. Okay. And this is for entertainment purposes, and it's all bullshit. All right, thank you guys so much. But they will fall sick, um, and there's something there that will make them sick, and they're going to be tormented and haunted. You know, the people, and they need to watch their steps because there's certain areas you can't enter. If you enter, you won't make it out. And we heard stories about this. Many of us heard stories about this in our tribes and in our culture. There's water that you won't make it out of, land you won't make it out of. Just saying. And is what's going to happen. And it's going to be from the unseen, not the seen, my friends. Um, but they will try, and they're not going to give up. But it's not just him. It's in people think like they're not working together. They always say, "Oh, they're against each other." They're all in cahoots. Yes, we need to get rid of them. They need to resign. They need to step aside. I feel like Donald Trump is sick, but I feel like this man is rogue. He's going to be going to court. They're going to be charging him for some stuff here. In 3 months. And people that are working with him will be charged for. This is like really like this is for real. Yeah. Some of them, watch the ones that resign. Remember what I told you. They're going to start stepping down. Some of them will be going to jail. They will be serving jail time, and they will be going from the highest. I'm not making this up. Let's see, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm seeing by the summertime, my friends. Uh, 5th month. Okay, January, February, March. By May, there's going to be people charged. I mean, really charged. People are going to be going to jail. When this information gets out, people are going to be going to jail. So you're going to see a lot of people resign so they don't do jail time. I'm just saying, this is for entertainment purposes. But hey. That's all I got to say. You're going to watch everybody that resigns because they don't want to do the jail time, but the information is going to come out regardless. If they resign or not, whatever is hidden will come out. Okay? Nothing is hidden. Everything will be revealed, my friends. 2026 will be a very interesting year for all of us. The truth. Yeah. And people are going to be going to jail. I cannot make this up. Yeah, because this energy. Okay, so what? Okay, so I'm just being honest with you. Okay, so people that are stepping down because they don't want to do jail time because they have evidence of stuff that will put them away. They have took deals that they shouldn't have took. Wow, this is crazy. And there is a male right now that I can see his face. He's going to be charged with making a deal with another country. My gosh. He's going to step down first. He's going to step down, but it's going to be too late. The information is already going to be put out there. So just sit back and watch. And he feels trapped. And okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to step down. I feel like this is the FBI director, and this is for entertainment. Cash, whatever his name is, Patel. He's going to step down. He feels trapped and he can't speak. Okay, so He's stepping down. Um, man, when this stuff comes out about this man, I'm just saying this is deep. Wow. I'm just gonna put it like that. I feel like this is him. But there's gonna be other people there in regret because of this side deals they made. My gosh. That's all I gotta say. This was on Greenland, and this is for entertainment purposes, and this is all bullshit, okay? But watch who steps in, okay? Who resigns? There's gonna be a lot of people resigning, and the reason they're resigning is because they don't want to do no jail time. But this information will be leaked and has already been leaked out. It's just somebody just gotta push that button. Once they push that button and release this information, it's a wrap. That's all I gotta say. For some people out here, okay. And this is for entertainment purposes, and this is Jennifer Phillips. I'm just a seer. That's all I am. I have no political views. I just feel like what's going on is crazy. And I don't believe in. I don't care about politics or nothing like that. For the people. But watch who steps down, because they're stepping down because they don't want to do jail time. Yep. So there's gonna be some drama, some suspense. They all, yeah. This is cast playing. They're costume pretending, and they're in disguise. I cannot make this up. I found another psychic. Maybe you can look her up. Intuitive. Okay, thank you for sending me Intuitive. Intuitive 144. I don't know. She sent me her cards. um, but is it Intuitive 144 or no? It's Intuitive 144. I think it's her. Let me see. Um, is she black, like light skin? She has a mystery house. uh, um, I don't know. She sent me her deck, or somebody sent me her damn deck. Oh, okay, that's her. Okay, I think if she did send me this, I gave her a shout out. If she did send me them, um, I prefer like not to use tarot. I was never taught in tarot, to be honest. Um, I use water, I use shells, I use bones. Yeah, so when you see a Ferris wheel, the Ferris wheel is energy harvesting. That's why when you get on the Ferris wheel, you feel lightheaded and dizzy. I keep seeing Ferris wheel, so this is energy harvesting of energy, and it's very interesting because that day I walked in that park, I felt like I was going to pass out. Okay, and I've never been back there again. Somebody says, and yes, she's brutally honest. That's how I am. So I feel like, yeah, there's portals with these Ferris wheels. And I don't know if they want to build a CERN over there, but I think that's what they're trying to do, and dig to their natural resources in these damn portal and vortexes. I'm just saying. Um uh you can look at her pictures and tell she also gets visions a lot. Yeah, I do. I get visions a lot too, you guys. I get dreams, I get visions. Um I've have since I was a child. And I like to keep it honest. Somebody said there's always these mirrors that make you. Yeah, I don't really like mirrors. You won't see a mirror in my house except my bathroom, because the mirrors are portals, the phones are portals, the televisions are portals. And they can come through. Interdimensional beings can come. We are actually interdimensional beings. Okay, we come from different planetary systems. Um, so the Ferris wheels. Anytime you guys see a Ferris wheel or a wheel, It's a energy harvesting mechanism. Um, Somebody said it scared me since a child. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of cultures. I know, like the black African American. Like my mom, we never had mirrors. If we did, we always covered them. And we never had two each other. You can actually see through the mirrors. Mirrors is with esoteric knowledge or just a knowledge of using the mirrors. You can actually see through them. Somebody said I would crawl to the mirror. So I'm seeing like carnival, Ferris wheels. I don't know why I'm seeing Ferris wheels. Okay. And I'm seeing like looks like a but the vortex portal, it looks like I can just put my hand through it. Okay. So I believe this is in land and water. Okay. And this is what I got. This is Jennifer Phillips, you guys. Thank you so much. And there is a feminine energy um over there. Okay. Some kind of feminine energy. Divine feminine. And that's interesting when they asked them about Mary. They asked them, if you watched the interview that I shared with you guys, they were asking about if they knew about Mary, the bloodline of Mary Magdalene. Because Mary Magdalene is very interesting. Mary Magdalene is not who they say she was. She was a young girl. Um, and she was very young. Okay. So the bloodline of Mary Magdalene is still out here. Damn, every time I do readings on this, my damn throat chakra. Damn. My damn throat. So they're looking for the bloodline of Mary Magdalene. My gosh. They're searching and looking for evidence of the bloodline of Mary Magdalene. Can I not make this shit up? And it's the feminine energy. So it's in the indigenous people, the Mary Magdalene. But the story that we were telling, she was a prostitute and all this stuff. She wasn't no damn prostitute. Mary was tapped in. Okay. She has psychic abilities and psychic gifts. That's the bloodline they're looking for. Because why would they ask them about Mary? Watch the video. I mean, like, they're asking them about Mary. I think that's kind of weird. And if you're a reporter, you should go over there and report this because this is disturbing. So they're taking their children and they're doing the test they used to do on us. And I don't know if they're giving them the pink drink, okay? And then they're asking them about Mary. Mary, I guess it's Mary Magdalene's bloodline. No, I don't do mirrors. Okay, even if I stay at somebody sending me something. They're trying to close my throat, but they won't. So they're trying to look for the bloodline of Mary Magdalene. Now, I don't remember them asking me, and when I took the test about Mary, do you guys remember that? They're taking these people, they have names, dates of these people, and they're looking for the bloodline of Mary. I cannot make this up. Mary Magdalene. But Mary Magdalene was a story that was passed on, and over time, they said she was a prostitute and all this other stuff. She wasn't no damn prostitute. She had the real Holy Spirit in her. She had psychic gifts. She was the real motherfucking Holyfield. And they don't want that bloodline to survive. That feminine energy. They want to destroy it. So they made it seem like she was a prostitute. My gosh. Oh. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, mirrors. Yeah, I don't play with mirrors. You don't see a lot of black people with mirrors. I don't know. I'd never seen it with me when I grew up on my black side. Um, but mirrors could be used. You can scry with mirrors. You can see with mirrors. But you better know what you're doing. When you do this stuff, because you can have things that come through you don't want to come through. Um, okay, so that is what I'm getting, you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So get your popcorn, your coffees, your teas, and we're about to take a ride. But you know what? In this, I always say that everything comes full circle. I truly believe this. So whatever is done, always that is done will come full circle. Even the ones that are non-human, okay, they will meet their fate too. Okay. Somebody said I would crawl in the mirrors. Yeah, it's interesting because mirrors you can actually see through them, and you could bring things through them. No, I never heard about that tribe. The Barnji tribe from India. No, I got to look up. I didn't even know there was indigenous people in Iceland, Greenland. I don't know why I keep saying Iceland. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know about them taking the people's children until yesterday. It just came down. That's why I said I'm. When you know you're led in spirit and you're led into the truth, you have to live in your truth, because that's the only way you're led to the truth. I knew nothing about this, my friends. Nobody sent me nothing about this. Didn't know nothing about it. But this goes together with the video I did yesterday. Okay, why would they want their children? Also known as the snake people. Yeah, I seen a snake around those boys, those Aborigine boys, and then I found out they call them it's called a rainbow snake. There's a portal there. They're opening portals, closing, and some of the portals they can't even walk through. That's why when I do the reading on Cleopatra, she survived. She's from a solar system Sirius. A lot of us we're from the solar system. We're from a we're interdimensional beings. We're not from this place. Okay? That's why we don't feel like we're at home. We're not from here. We come from different solar systems. So when they talk about aliens, we are the aliens. Okay? But are there people out here that are non-human, that don't have what we have as far as the spirit and the soul body? They're just void, yes. And they need a host. Okay? They're also known as the snake people, yes. They try to say that snakes represent negative, and they try to say even black people's like hoodoo and voodoo and all that, or voodoo, the real name of it. They say it's dark because if a black person is doing it, it's dark. But they go over there to the black countries and have them work against us and use their knowledge. It's just crazy. And then they say it's dark and evil because they're black. Just saying. Or because they're indigenous, but you take all their knowledge from them. So if they're such bad people, why are you taking their knowledge from them? Or why are you particularly targeting them? There's something about them that you want. Okay, I'm just saying. And you guys know that's the truth. I love everybody. I don't hate nobody. Okay. But it's the truth. If you think about why they asking them about Mary, that is the most bizarre shit. When that lady said they asked about Mary, does she know about Mary? Like, why would they ask that? That's bizarre. And then all the reports, it says that they're either alcoholics or they got a mental disorder. So are they going to start doing that over here? If you got a mental disorder, we're going to take your children. I mean, that shit's not going to go down because people are like, oh no, you ain't taking my child. You got like fucked up out here. Just saying. Um, so they're finding a people that they think are vulnerable, and they're really not vulnerable because they're rich in spirit. Okay. I keep seeing the damn Ferris wheel. Yeah, I did a read on indigenous guys. They went missing. There was 6 of them, and there was a damn snake, which I knew nothing about, surrounding them. Okay. And it was a rainbow snake. And I remember, in many cultures, they have drawings and depictions of snakes. But I'm going to leave it here. So this is the read I got on Greenland and why they went. And I keep seeing these Ferris wheels. So when you see a Ferris wheel, remember that is that something that takes ciphers energy. Somebody says Borlays. I don't know what that means. So there's something with Ferris wheels and wheels. It kind of reminds me of the CERN. Okay, I'm going to look that up. I never heard that. And people are like, Jen, how do you get this information? I can see. I'm a seer. Nobody's giving me no damn information. And they lead me. I just let them lead me, show me the way. They show me. It's very interesting. What they show me. The snake circle. Yeah, I will look that up. But there was a circle surrounding, actual snakes surrounding them. Which I found interesting. The Aborigines, those guys they kidnapped to work in their mines, and the mothers are looking for them still today. Okay, I see it. So, thank you guys. This is all bullshit and this is all for entertainment purposes, okay? And this probably won't come out till tomorrow because my videos are so damn long. But I will be doing the video on Cleopatra, okay? Cleopatra, my friend. Ooh, sorry. I'm reading about it, okay? So thank you guys so much, okay? Thank you guys for the information. Yeah, I remember seeing this. This is very interesting. I've seen this with other tribes. There's a tribe I was just looking at and I seen this. Can't remember which one it was though. Oh, in Mexico. It's interesting because the Mexicans in my dad's tribe, they have the same. It's the same, but they have different names. It's very interesting. Is it Ouroboros? The anaconda. It's called the rainbow snake. They used to. I didn't know nothing about it until I did a reading with the Aborigine boys. They were young. They were kidnapped to work in mines. They're still alive. It's called the rainbow snake. But thank you guys for your knowledge too. Okay. Because I don't know everything. Just what I pick up and where I'm led, I just go. Okay. Um, I let my footsteps be guided. There's a rainbow snake aborigine story, and I'm getting ringing in my ear. Um, that means I'm tapping into a higher frequency. And I've been noticing like the time when I look at the time, it's going. This is why I know we're in timeline shifts and timeline parallels, like they're pushing timelines. Today I was looking at my clock and when I glanced at it, it was 12:22, and then I looked at it again, it said 12:02. Okay, so I'm like, all right, I just was forward and now I went backwards. What the hell is going on? And I think you don't understand what's going on. I can't. Yeah, it's called the rainbow right here. The rainbow snake aborigine story. That's what I seen around them, a snake. It was like protecting them. It was so weird. Yet time is being controlled. Hey son, my son is here. You guys say hi to my son. Say hi to my son, Isaiah. My son is here. Thank you for joining my live. Time is being controlled. Yes. So I was in the car. They're saying hi to you. I was with my son earlier. I try to get him to do a live, but he does it sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't. You guys can follow his channel. I will put his information up. He has his own channel. Time is being controlled, son. Time is being controlled. When I left, remember I left from being with you, and I looked on the clock. It said 12:02, and then 12:22, and then the time went back. So it's going back and forwards. You guys say hi to my son. My son says Jeff Bezos built a clock that will outlast us. Nothing will outlast us, son. We will outlast them. Okay. Time is illusion. And I say that because when you are stepping in the spiritual realm, or you are stepping into higher dimensions, there is no time. It's just infinity. There's nothing you can't even measure it. Okay. So Jeff Bezos clock. No, we will outlast them, son. We always do, and we always win. Okay. My son is joining. I'm so happy. Yes, time is being controlled. It definitely is. And my son has a lot of wisdom. We spent a past life together in Egypt, me and my son. Ethiopia is 2018. Yes. That's why I tell everybody to get the Ethiopian Bible, because we are actually time traveling. If you look at Ethiopia, they never touched the Ethiopian Bible or the Ethiopian calendar. The calendar we use today is the Gregorian calendar. They used to use the Julian calendar. Okay. So when you talk about time traveling, we are time traveling. Okay. We are time travelers. Okay. And they're pushing time forward. So you have sleep deprivation, and you don't realize what's really going on. Okay. Time is an illusion, because when you cross out of certain dimensions, there is no time. That's why you have to be a observer of time. You have to have a observer, somebody to observe it, to actually be real. Okay. And I'm so glad my son joined me. I love my kids. Yeah, me and my son had a past life in Egypt. That's why he's always drawn to it. He was my son in Egypt. Everyone in the chat hit the like button. My son said everybody in the chat hit the like button. At least my son supports me. He loves me. His name's Isaiah. We call him Zay. He's my only son. He says everyone in the chat hit the like button. We had a past life together. And my young was my mother, but me and my son was my son. My son had a past life in the 50s. He used to play music from the 50s. Too. He had a past life there too. So thank you guys for joining me. You guys can look up the rainbow serpent. When I did the read on the Aborigine boys that were kidnapped and sent to those mines, there was a snake around them. It was like protecting them. It was very interesting. Yeah, I can talk to it with my family. They don't. Yeah, I can have this conversation with my kids. They understand. They understand me. And the thing I love about them is they respect me, even though sometimes things may sound something they may not agree with, or but they always respect my my visions that I have and my point of views that I have. And that's, I love them. I'm the only tinfoil hat in my family. Yeah, you guys, I made a tinfoil hat. I was gonna make some for some cats. And I was talking to one of my friends. She was like, "Don't put it up because then you'll lose people." But you know, in life, you gotta take those risks, right? I don't have a lot of friends. My kids are my friends. They're my best friends. My mother is still alive. My father, you guys know, he has ascended and transcended. So yeah. You guys can look up the rainbow serpent. And this is the read I got on Greenland. Yeah, stay rich in knowledge. Knowledge is the way out. Wisdom is the way out. We don't have all the answers. We always are learning and evolving from each other. And that's what I love about my community. I don't know everything. I'm just telling you from what I see as a seer. But I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning and evolving. I will be learning and evolving until I leave this dimension. But yeah, you guys can do your reading on the rainbow serpent in the Aborigine culture. It's actually in a lot of cultures. Yes. But Mango, I like that saying, stay rich in knowledge. Yes, and I'm a tinfoil hat person. All right, you guys, I love you. Yes, I made a tinfoil hat. I have it. I took a picture of it and I took it down. But hey, you know, people are gonna either love you or not. They're either gonna love you or not love you. Okay, there's no in between. Okay, and that's how I feel and that's how I see it. Okay. All right, you guys. All right, love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Love you, son. I will put my son's channel up, and he will be joining me. He used to join me all the time. He's full of knowledge, full wisdom. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. This is on Greenland. Thank you, guys.